Elizabeth. Thanks for joining me today. Begin in a comfortable seated position. Just let your eyes close or soften. And begin to bring your awareness into the space of the body. Notice the connection between the body and the mat. Hips heavy, grounded. Start to draw the navel in towards the spine, wrapping the belly. Let the chest float up, relax the shoulders away from the ears. Lengthen the back of the neck, crown of the head floats up. And then just watch as air moves in and out of the body. We'll mark the beginning of our practice by chanting Om 3 times together. Focus on the sound, the vibration in the body, and the connection to those that are doing this practice, maybe not at the same time as you, but doing this same practice somewhere, sometime. Take a deep breath in. Continue to watch the air move in and out of the body. Notice a little space at the top of the breath, then a space at the bottom of the breath. 4 parts to the breath. Inhale, space. Exhale, space. Blink the eyes open. Come into all fours, hands and knees. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. And then just start moving through cat and cow as you inhale, lift the hips, lift the chest. Exhale, press the floor away, draw the navel in as you round your back. You can continue to move like this or take any variations of this you might like. You can move the spine side to side. You can turn the fingers back to stretch the wrist. You might sit back towards child's pose. I like to tuck the toes here, just getting a little stretch for my feet. Let's take a few more breaths to bring movement into the body. Feeling the movement linked in any way with the breath. And then as you're ready, make your way to downward facing dog. And let the heels settle, maybe not all the way to the mat. Lift the hips high. And press the hands into the mat, hugging forearms towards each other. Draw the belly towards the spine. And in this practice today, we're going to focus on building strength and heat in the body. Yoga and life in general is always a balance of strength, flexibility, and finding balance between those two. And sometimes we need a little bit of more of one or the other, both in life and on the mat. So today we're just going to focus towards the strength end of the scale. Still finding both elements. Take another breath here. Already the heat might be building in the shoulders. Then on your inhale, come forward to a plank. Draw the navel in. Relax the collarbones. Reach the heels back. Lift the knees. And then on your next exhale, bend the elbows, lowering any amount, maybe just an inch. maybe halfway down. Inhale, press the plank. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. We'll repeat that 2 more times. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, press. Exhale, downward facing dog. You can lower the knees if you need to. Inhale to plank, maybe lowering the knees. Exhale. Inhale to plank. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. And then inhale to plank 1 more time. This time as you exhale, lower knees, chest and chin to the mat. Reach the knees and elbows towards each other. Draw the belly in, lift the hips high. And then all the way flat on the mat. Take fingertips alongside the legs. And with your next inhale, lift the chest, lift the feet. You can keep the fingertips down. Exhale, releasing back down. And 1 more time on your inhale, come up. This time float the arms. And then reach your right fingertips back towards your right knee. So you sort of curve in the shape of a C with your whole body. And then back to center. Reach the left fingertips back towards the left knee. Coming back to center. We'll repeat that 1 more time each side. Reach the right fingertip. You might take the left arm overhead. And coming back to center. And left fingertip back towards the left knee. Maybe the right arm reaches overhead. And back to center. Maybe you reach both arms overhead, lift the heels a little bit higher. Exhale, everything comes down, plant the hands. Back to downward facing dog. Walk the feet up to meet the hands. So you're in a forward fold at the top of the mat. Bend the knees as much as you need to so chest and thighs can rest together. Let the head hang heavy. On your next inhale, bring the palms together, sweep out to come all the way up to standing. Lift the gaze to the base of the thumbs. Reach through the fingertips. Exhale, hands together at the heart. And we'll move through sun salutations. The right foot moves first. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, fold hands to the mat. Knees can bend. Inhale, right foot steps back. Lower the knee, look up. Left foot steps to plank, hold the breath in. Exhale, lower knees, chest and chin. Inhale, heart forward and up. Maybe lift the hands. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot steps between the hands, lower the back knee, look up. Exhale, left foot steps up. Inhale, sweep out. Reach through the fingertips. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, left foot steps back. Lower the knee. Look up. Right foot steps to plank. Exhale, lower knees, chest and chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot steps up. Lower the back knee, lift the gaze. Exhale, right foot steps up. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, hands together at the heart. 1 more time each side. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, right foot steps. Left foot steps to meet the right. Draw the belly in. Exhale, lower knees, chest and chin. Belly still drawing towards spine. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot steps. Exhale, left foot steps. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Last time, inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, left foot steps. Right foot steps. Exhale, lower knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left foot steps. Right foot steps. Exhale. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, hands together at the heart. Bend the knees, drop the hips. Utkatasana, fierce pose. I just tap my hands on the ground to make sure I have my hips nice and low. Then you reach the tailbone towards the spine. Lift the gaze, lift the fingers. You can start to draw the biceps back alongside the ears. Stay strong through the core, hugging the ribs in. Feel all four sides of the feet pressing into the mat. Outer edges are heavy. Take one more breath here. And then we're going to come onto the balls of the feet. You can bring the hands together at the heart. You can always lower the heels or hold onto the wall or a chair next to you if balance is not your best friend today. Then just lower all the way down into a squat. And then keep on lowering down until you find yourself in Navasana. Chest lifts. The legs can be bent or straight. If you need more support, hold on behind the thighs. On your next inhale, draw the belly in. Open the legs. Come into Ardha Navasana. On your exhale, return to Navasana. Inhale, open up. Exhale, and draw in. One more time like this. Inhale, open up. Exhale, draw in. Bring the hands together. Twist the knees to the left, to the right, hands to the left. And as you inhale, open up like this in a twisted position. Exhale, back to center. Knees to the left, hands to the right. Inhale, open up. Exhale, lift, back to center. Repeat with the twisting one more time. Knees to the right, hands to the left. Inhale, open up. Exhale, lift, back to center. Knees to the left. Inhale, open up. Exhale, lift, back to center. Draw the knees into the chest. You can rock forward and back a few times as it feels good. And then, as you're ready, return to that little squat. Use your hands if you need to. Then we're going to try from here to return back to that Utkatasana, balanced Utkatasana position on our toes. So just lift the hips slightly. Take more weight in the feet. Press with your strong legs and lift up. Maybe the arms reach overhead. Take one more breath here. And if the heels are lifted, let them release down. Release the arms and release them behind the back. Open the chest. Fold the belly to the thighs, drop the head, and then straighten the legs as much or as little as is right for your body. Keeping that connection between the chest and the thighs. And just stay here. 2 more breaths. Let the brain relax. Skull is heavy. And then release the arms. Step back to plank. Exhale, lower your choice. You can take knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, heart forward and up. And exhale back to downward facing dog. If you want more, you can move back through chaturanga. to downward facing dog. Staying in downward facing dog, let the breath rise and fall. Let the chest rise and fall with the breath. Heels sinking towards the mat. And on your next inhale, lift the left leg high. Right heel is heavy. On your exhale, draw the knee across the body towards the right tricep. Lower it to the wrist, to the right wrist, or to the left wrist. Press back up, knee to the left tricep. Inhale, back to three-legged dog. We'll repeat that one more time. Exhale to the right tricep, right wrist. Inhale, left wrist. Press the floor away to the left tricep. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, draw the knee in towards the nose, press the floor away. Then step the foot between the hands. Lower the back knee. Come up. Interlace your hands, Kali Mudra. So first finger folds over, all the fingers fold over. First finger points up towards the sky. Reaching up. Feel the sides of the back and shoulders draw towards each other. So you're really lifting up through the arms. And the back drawing towards each other lifts the chest up. The tailbone sinks towards the front heel. The feet press down into the mat, hug towards each other. So you feel the inner thighs engage, lifting the pelvis. Keep drawing the sides of the back towards each other so the chest presses up. Reach through the arms. Take one more breath here. On your exhale, plant the hands, tuck the back toes, straighten the legs, coming into lizard. Slide forward and back here. And keep the back knee lifted, stay on the back toes for today. So you can stay right here on the hands. Other option, take your left shoulder underneath the knee. You can take the arms wide. So wherever the hands are, see if you can engage your legs so strongly, getting the weight on the inside of that front foot that you can lift the arms off. If the shoulder's under the knee, maybe you take a bind. But if your hands are by the foot, you might just lift them in front of you. So the back knee is strong, the chest is drawing forward. Left knee hugs in towards the shoulder. Take one more breath here. And then plant the hands, step to plank. Inhale, lower any amount. Exhale, press the floor away. 3 more like this. Exhale, lower any amount. Inhale, press the floor away. Exhale, lower. Inhale, press. Exhale. Inhale, press to plank. And exhale, make your way back to downward facing dog. However you choose to. Maybe a vinyasa, maybe a child's pose, maybe just right back there. Settle in, reconnect with the breath when you're in downward facing dog. On your next inhale, lift the right leg high. Left heel presses down. On your exhale, draw the knee towards the left tricep, pressing the floor away. Lower the knee to the wrist. Bring it over to the right wrist. Press the floor away, scoop everything up, knee to the right tricep. Inhale, lift back to three-legged dog. We'll repeat that one more time. Exhale to the tricep, left wrist, right tricep. And an inhale brings you back up. Next exhale, draw the knee to the nose. Press the floor away, round through the upper back. Step forward, lower the back knee. Lifting up, hands interlace, Kali Mudra. Reaching up, feel the spine engage. Tailbone sinks to the front foot, but the feet are pressing down into the mat, hugging towards each other, so the inner thighs are engaged. The chest is light and spacious because the back and shoulders are working hard to support it. Take one more breath, reach through the fingers. Exhale, hands to the floor inside the front foot, tuck the back toes, straighten the leg, and slide forward and back a few times. You can stay on the hands or right shoulder underneath the right knee. Wherever the hands are, see if you can make the body strong and solid. Draw the navel in, stretch the chest forward. Feet are active against the mat. Maybe the hands lift, maybe a bind if the hands are here. Maybe they just lift up. Take one more breath here. And then plant the hands, step to plank. Inhale here, exhale, move through any vinyasa, back to downward facing dog. Sit back onto the heels, and then bring your elbows to the mat, shoulder distance apart. So I'll face you here. And I'm gonna bring my palms up towards the sky and then separate my hands. So you should feel along the outer edge of the shoulder turning on. You can do little pulses here. You can rock forward and back. This is another place I like to tuck my toes under just to get a little bonus stretch for the bottom of my feet. And then just hold this position. So when you're in downward facing dog, or particularly forearm balance is what this is a preparation for, or just dolphin, you can really try to find, it's easier here. This is why we're doing this with no weight on our hands, with the palms up. It's easier to find the muscles here. And just notice if those muscles are fatiguing. We're going to try to find those muscles, just the same general sensation in a minute when we're in dolphin. And so you can release and make your way back to downward facing dog. So from here, come onto your forearms, setting yourself up in dolphin. So the palms can be together, flat on the floor, however you like to do dolphin. Press the elbows into the floor so the chest can slide back towards the shins. See if you can wrap the outer shoulders around like we were doing just a minute ago with our hands on the floor. You won't feel the muscles engage in the same way now that you did then, but just keep that same idea. If you have a really solid forearm balance, feel free to come onto your forearms. But the point here is that we want to build heat. So if you're hopping in and out of forearm balance, don't bother with it. Just stay here in dolphin for today. Pressing the floor away with the elbows. Maybe the toes walk closer in. Let the head hang, let the head relax. Watch the breath moving in and out as the heat builds. Are you holding tension in the jaw or the face? Fingertips, just notice. And some tension in the body is necessary right now. You're holding a difficult position. With tension in the fingers, the face, the jaw, not necessary, just let them go. Relax tension that's not necessary. one more breath here. Make your way back to downward facing dog. If you need a few breaths in child's pose, go ahead. With your next breath, make your way back to downward facing dog if you're not there. And then on an inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale, step the left foot through, coming into a high lunge. Press the feet down, lift the arms overhead. Bend the back knee a little bit so you can feel the front of the right thigh lengthen. So you draw the belly in, lift the chest. Try to keep that, straighten the back leg. Maybe you sink a little bit deeper into the front knee. We're going to take a twist using the strength of the core to initiate the movement. So bring the hands together at heart center. And as you exhale, draw the belly in as you rock towards the left. Keep the chest lifted. You can keep the arms here or take them wide. And then start to move towards a position where you have the right outer arm locked against the left upper leg. You can bring the hands together, split the hands, or take a bind. Try to keep the same engagement that you had a minute ago when you weren't using the strength of the arms against the leg to help twist the body. Take one more breath here, and then press with the feet, draw the belly in. Bring yourself back up to the twisted position where you're using just the strength in the body to do the work. And then return to center. Plant the back heel down. Inhale for one breath, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, interlace the hands behind the back. Inhale, open the chest, reach the knuckles for the back foot. And exhale, fold left shoulder towards the inside of the left knee. Draw the left hip back towards the right heel. Fold the arms overhead. And then bring the pubic bone towards the front heel so that maybe the crown of the head moves a little bit closer towards the left big toe. And then lift the body just halfway, staring at the left big toe. You can keep the hands where they are. You can release them at any time. Keep the deep bend in the left knee. And come just onto the right tip of the toe. You can stay here or lift the right toe up. Does not matter how high the right foot goes. The work is in the left leg. Take one more breath here, keeping the bend in the left leg. And then release the hands to the floor, lift the right leg high. Come into a standing stick. One more breath here. Let the leg float up. Exhale, step back. Inhale to plank. And a break for the legs. Bring the weight onto the left hand, outer edge of the left foot. Lift the hips up as you come into side plank Vashisthasana. And unless you're really feeling the need for a different variation today, just staying here in the classical form of the pose. Straight line through the body. If you need help with balance, you can step the right foot in front of the left. Hips are lifting up to take weight out of the left shoulder. Take one more breath here. Exhale, return to plank. Let the weight come into the right hand, outer edge of the right foot. Lift the hips up. Reach up through the left fingertips. Shoulder blades drawing towards each other. Navel draws in. Lift the hips. Take some of the work out of the right arm. One more breath. Do that one more time each side. Returning to plank. Left hand, left foot. You can always drop the knee if you need more support. Otherwise, staying here. 2 more breaths. Lower the gaze, and how long can you take to return the right hand down to plank? And last time, on the right hand, outer edge of the right foot. Left side of the body floats up. Reach the tailbone towards the heels. One more breath. Exhale. Return to plank. Inhale here. Exhale. Make your way to downward facing dog. However you choose to get there. Let the breath flow through the body. Chest rises and falls. And the second side, as you inhale, reach up through the right leg. Exhale, step through, keeping the back heel lifted. Press the feet down. Lift the arms up. Bend the back knee a little bit. Lift through the front of the pelvis, and then re-straighten the back leg. Maybe sinking a little bit deeper into the front leg. Keep the back knee strongly lifted. Then bring the hands together at the heart. Drawing the belly in. On your exhale, start to twist towards the right. Use the strength in the core to help you twist. And then when you reach the limit of where you can go with that strength, and you've hung out there for a few breaths, start to bring left elbow towards the right knee. Pressing into the back toe. Keep the chest lifted. You can split the arms. You can take a bind. But keep the strength in the core that you had when you weren't using your arms to assist you. Lift the belly away from the thigh. And then start making your way back up to that twisted position. And then back to facing the front of the mat. Drop the back heel as you inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, interlace hands behind the back. Inhale, lift the chest, reach the knuckles back. Exhale, dive forward. Shoulder to the inside of the knee. Right hip draws towards the left heel. Head is heavy. Pubic bone moves towards the front heel, so that the crown of the head moves towards the right big toe. And lift the gaze just enough so that your body is parallel to the mat. And then keeping the front thigh deeply bent. Come onto the back toes. Focus on one point on the mat. Lift the back leg, any amount or none at all. One more breath here. Release the hands to the mat. Straighten the standing leg, lift the top leg. One more inhale, lift the leg just a little bit higher. Exhale, step the foot back. Inhale to plank. Exhale, make your way to downward facing dog. However you'd like to get there. Step the left shin forward for pigeon. You can walk the right toes back. Walk the hands back. As you inhale, lift the chest up. Exhale, walk yourself forward. Reach through the fingertips so the arms are long. Rest the head. You can take a block or a pillow under the head if the forehead doesn't reach the mat. Let yourself sink into the pose. The belly is drawing in. The body is still active, even though this is a more restful pose. The strength in the belly is pulling the right hip towards the mat. Chest is stretching towards the fingertips. Let all of your awareness pool in the space between the eyebrows. Take one more breath here. And then walk yourself in. Make your way back to downward facing dog, however you'd like to get there. And then bring right shin forward, setting yourself up for pigeon. Second side. Walk the hands back. Inhale, puff the chest up. Already working to roll the left hip down. And stretch the body forward. Reach the arms out long. My wall is in the way here of my fingertips. But the arms are kind of active in this version of the pose. Reaching out ahead of you. And then the chest follows in that energy. And then once you have yourself set up, just let the awareness pool in the space between the eyebrows. Your next inhale, coming back up. Make your way to downward facing dog. Taking a vinyasa, you're just stepping right back. Walk the hands back to meet the feet. The first two fingers grab the big toes for Padangusthasana. As you inhale, lift the chest. Lengthen the arms. You can bend the knees here if you need to. Exhale, pull up with the fingers, press down with the toes. Fold the body towards the legs. Let the eyes close or soften, focus on the space between the eyebrows. Blink the eyes open. Bring the left hand to the hip, right hand holds the big toes. Pour the weight into the left foot. Stand up, bringing the right leg with you. The leg can be bent or straight. And when you get all the way up, lift the chest. And then bring the right foot into tree pose. Pressing the foot against the thigh, you can take half lotus, hands together at the heart. Soften the gaze to the tip of the nose. And then hug right knee into the chest. Fold over so chest and thigh are close together. Make a hammock for the back of your right heel. Hug the elbows towards the shin. And then you can straighten the left leg or straighten the right leg any amount. It can be all the way bent or all the way straight. And then bend your left leg any amount. I have not been practicing these recently, so some of you will probably go down a lot farther than I do. So go right ahead, don't let me hold you back. Finding how far you want to go down. Take 2 more breaths there, and then slowly pressing into the left foot to lift back up. Bend the knee in. Stand back up, taking a hold of the right knee. And then moving in here to a version of dancer's pose. Bring the right heel towards the seat, and then lift the arms overhead. So my right heel is just folding in towards the back of the hip. Lift the right heel up. Draw the arms back, as if you could catch that right foot in the hands. Do not worry about what this looks like. It probably doesn't look that great on any of us. Lifting the chest, drawing the arms back, lifting the heel. Take 1 more breath, and then bring knee back into chest. 1 more breath here. Exhale, feet together, hands to the heart. Big inhale, lift the arms overhead. Exhale, sigh. As you fold forward, let the body relax. Pick the toes up, slide the hands underneath the soles of the feet. Or you can repeat the version where you're grabbing the big toes. As you inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, fold. Use the toes to press into the folds of the wrist. Focus on the space between the eyebrows. And then release. Take the left big toe with the first 2 fingers, right hand to the hip. Weight is in the right foot as you stand up. Bring the left leg with you. Get to the top. Lift the chest. And then bring the left foot into tree pose. Vrikshasana, sorry. Focus on the tip of the nose. Let the eyes close, soften. Again, if balance isn't your friend today, you always have the option to use the wall or a chair. And then hug the left knee into the chest. Fold over, make a hammock. Straighten the leg any amount, hug the elbows in towards the shin. And then ride the elevator down, bending the right knee any amount. The left leg is just there as a passenger. Maybe you go all the way down. Take 2 more breaths. And then pressing the right leg straight. Rebend the knee, lifting up. And then bring the left knee towards the seat. And then keep the leg there, lift the arms overhead, coming into an active form of dancer pose. Lift the left heel, reach the arms back as if you were going to grab that foot. I promise you're almost there. One more inch. Oh, just missed it. Bring the knee into the chest. And then feet together, hands together at the heart. Big inhale, lift the arms overhead. Exhale, sigh, hands together at the heart. And then walk towards the top of the mat. Bring the hands together and release the hands in Kali Mudra. First finger points up, reach the arms overhead. Draw the biceps back. Lift the chest. Reach through the fingertips. Lengthen the tailbone towards the heels. Draw the biceps back, lift the chest, then bend the knees. Utkatasana variation. Biceps draw back. Chest lifts. Belly draws in, hips are heavy. Arms are long. Press the hands together if you can. Outer edges of the feet are heavy. Take one more breath here. And then as you exhale, fold over the legs. Bend the knees, coming back into our squat position. Hands together at the heart. Press into the toes. Let the hips float. Focus on one point in front of you. Belly draws in. Chest lifts. One more breath here. And then on the count of 3, we'll all roll back together into either a shoulder stand or legs up the wall. 1, 2, 3. Rolling back, hug the knees in, and either legs up the wall, making the shape of an L with the body, or coming in the shoulder stand. Once you found your position, let the eyes close or soften. Focus on the space between the eyebrows. Let the hard work drain out of the legs. If you're in shoulder stand, fold the legs overhead, bringing the toes to the floor for plow. If the toes don't reach the floor, bend the knees to the forehead. You can also bend the knees, squeezing the ears. Karnapidasana. If you're in legs up the wall, you can stay right where you are. And then from here, slowly lowering down, we're going to roll up into Navasana, fish pose. Lifting the chest, lifting the legs. And then bend the knees, plant the feet, plant the hands. As you inhale, throw the hips up, let the head relax back. Best streak of breath, quick in and out through the nose. Deep breath in. Exhale, lower the hips, lift the legs, back to Navasana. One more breath here. On your exhale, plant the feet, plant the hands. Inhale, throw the hips up, let the head fall back. Quick, sharp breaths in and out through the nose. Deep breath in. Exhale, lower the hips, lift the legs. One more time for Navasana. And then plant the feet, plant the hands. Inhale, lift up. Quick, sharp breaths. Deep breath in. Exhale, lower the hips. And just fold the soles of the feet together. Let the knees come out to the side. Sitting up tall. Fold forward, chest moving towards the big toes. You can use your elbows to press into the knees. You can fold your hands around the toes, making a little cap. Keep the chest reaching forward. Press the knees down. Try to make the spine long, stretching out forward as much as possible. And then start to draw the belly in so the hips get heavy. I'll turn to the side so you can see. So from here, rounding the back, tailbone moves towards the floor. You can bring the head towards the toes now. Knees still pressing towards the mat. You can use your elbows to make the knees heavier. Inhale, lifting up. And stretch the legs long out in front of you. Sitting up tall. Reach the arms overhead. And start to fold forward. Reaching chest towards the big toes. If you need to bend the knees to keep the chest and the thighs together, bend the knees. Take hold of the outer edges of the feet. So hold on to the outer edges of the feet, no matter how bent the knees are. And then if the knees are bent, you can start walking the feet away from you. Maybe getting the legs a little bit straighter. The legs do not have to be straight in this position. If the legs are straight and you still have further, you could move and reach the arms out long. One hand can grab the other wrist. Watch the air moving in and out of the body. With each inhale, watch as the spine grows longer, the back broader. Exhale, let yourself settle a little more comfortably into the pose. Inhale, make space. Exhale, rest in that space. On your next inhale, coming back up, and then just swing around onto the belly. Arms reach back alongside the hips. fingernails are touching the mat, the toenails are touching the mat. Keeping all those connections as you inhale, just lift the chest up. Lift the shoulders away from the mat, but not totally pinched together. This sort of a natural position. Draw the belly towards the spine, as if you could pick the belly up off of the floor. Engage the quads so that the knees lift away from the mat. Staying here, float the heels up. Float the hands up, fingers reaching for the toes. Bend the heels towards the seat, reach back, take a hold of the feet. Inhale, lift up, Dhanurasana. Can you pick the thighs off of the mat? Maybe just a tiny amount of space there, so someone could slide a piece of paper underneath. Keep the knees bent, keep the chest lifted. Just release the bind of the hands on the ankles. And from there, straightening the legs, lift the inner thighs. Release the toes to the mat, fingers to the mat. And then slowly, all the way back down. Let the body relax completely. Melt into the mat. And we're just going to do that one more time. Head is towards the mat. Fingernails, toenails connected to the mat. Lift the chest. Draw the belly in, lift the knees. Fingers and toenails lift. Fingertips reach for the feet. Inner thighs lift. Bend the knees, reach back, take a hold. Lift up. Lift the thighs, lift the chest. Reach the toes up towards the ceiling. Feel a pull between the ankles. Connection between the feet. And then stay where you are as much as possible. Just release the ankles. Bend in the knees. Lift in the chest. Straighten the legs. Hands and feet float. Hands and feet connect down. Chest stays lifted. And then slowly release all the way down. Let the body rest. As you're ready, press back into child's pose. And breathe space into the back, into the hips. And then roll up, bring the feet to the right, hips to the left. Right foot comes across the body, outside of the left knee, sitting up tall. Right hand is behind, left arm reaches up. Exhale into a twist. Right hand can hug the knee, elbow can come outside the knee. Draw the belly in, lift the chest up. Ascending spiral moves along the spine, from the tailbone all the way, even an inch above the crown of the head. One more breath. Slowly unwind. Take a little twist to the other side. And then switch the cross of the legs. Left foot to the outside of the right knee. Left hand is behind as you inhale. Reach the right arm up. Exhale, twist. sitting up tall, whatever arm variation you choose. Let the eyes drift closed as you gaze over the back shoulder. Draw the navel in, lift the chest, and watch that ascending spiral moving up along from the tailbone all the way to the crown of the head and beyond. And slowly unwind. Make a little twist back the other way. And come onto your backs for Shavasana. Find any props, any warm clothes you need. Whatever would make you the most comfortable right now. And then settle in. Sometimes tucking your shoulder blades slightly together can make the pose more comfortable. Lengthening the back of the neck. Space for the armpits. Let the feet flop out, however is comfortable. With your next breath in, fill the entire space of the body. Imagine the body like a balloon floating off of the mat. Light, spacious. Exhale, sigh. Sinking into the mat. Completely still. Rest. Soaking in the effects of the practice. Bring your focus to the left foot. Relax the foot and the toes. The lower leg heavy. Relax the thigh and the hip. The right foot is heavy, toes relaxed. Lower leg is sinking. Thigh and hip soft. Release any tension left over in the legs. Left hand, palm is soft. Relax the thumb and fingers 2, 3, 4, 5. Forearm is heavy. Upper arm and shoulder completely relaxed. Right hand, palm is soft. Relax the thumb, fingers 2, 3, 4, 5. Forearm is heavy. Upper arm and shoulder totally relaxed. All of the limbs relaxed and heavy, as if filled with wet sand. Now relax the spine, all of the muscles of the back and the shoulders. Let the body melt into the mat. Neck and the scalp, soft. Eyes are heavy in the sockets. Jaw relaxes. throat is soft and the chest is light, spacious. Relax the belly. Entire body is completely relaxed as if in deep sleep. Leave the body by itself. Leave the breath by itself. Go within. Return awareness to the breath. Observe the breath as it moves in and out of the body. Air across the nostrils, the throat, rise and fall of the belly, the chest. Watch as that air travels all the way to the tips of the fingers, tips of the toes, bringing energy back to the body. As you're ready, you can make little movements, maybe wiggling fingers or toes, maybe a big stretch. Eventually coming back to a seated position. Let the eyes stay closed or soft. And as you find your seat, just bring focus to the breath. Let's take the last few moments of practice, your calming breath meditation. Make an inhale, find the space at the top. Exhale, space at the bottom. Inhale, space. Exhale, space. Like you're making a box in, space. Out, space. Continue to breathe on your own. With each breath, let the spaces expand and let the movements of the breath diminish until you can barely notice the inhale and the exhale. So tiny. Allow yourself to be comfortable in the stillness, even without the breath. We'll close the practice chanting Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shanti means peace. Take a deep breath in. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be receptive. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me today.